Good day. Welcome to First Take, exclusively on YouTube. Stephen A., let's start in L.A. The Clippers take on the Lakers tonight. Battle of the City of Angels. Right now, who's the better team?
Well, me personally, I'm going to tell you the Clippers. Even though the Los Angeles Lakers are led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the Clippers have essentially owned the Los Angeles Lakers over the last several years, especially when Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are on the court. That's just the way that it's been. And until the Lakers find a way to beat them, I'm going to maintain that position. The Clippers have had the Lakers' numbers for years. I mean, it's just that embarrassing. I'm talking about winning like damn near 33 of the last 40 matchups, for crying out loud. They're supposed to be the fair-weather stepchildren in Los Angeles. But when they go up against the Lakers, they own them. And so to me, that's how I'm going to look at it. It's not even about their record at this particular juncture. It's about what they do when they go up against one another. I know the Lakers advanced to the Western Conference Finals last year, but we all know that may have been different if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George had been healthy, which is never really the case. So we just have to go with it from there. But I would definitely say the Clippers. I love the way their roster is built. It's just a matter of whether or not they can stay healthy, which we sincerely doubt, by the way. But in terms of their abilities, there's no doubt about it. They've owned the Los Angeles Lakers, and they deserve this edge.
Yeah, but, Stephen, the question is really historically based. I mean, the Clippers never get out of their own way. They're always hurt. Something always happened, going back to Blake Griffin a long time ago. Now you got Leonard and George, who didn't play last year. And I know that everybody's going to disagree with me. I think it's bad luck with Harden. I mean, I know everybody thinks it's a layup. It's a wonderful trade. I saw you guys yesterday do this. Oh, he's great. He's this, that, and the other. Everywhere Harden goes, something bad happens, whether it's injury, whether it's the Nets, the Rockets, last year with Philadelphia. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. And I just think from a standpoint of the Clippers, something always seems to go wrong. Lakers have been a model franchise forever. You mentioned last year, Western Conference Final, they beat Golden State. All right, they got swept by Denver. Not impressive, but they also won a championship with James and Anthony Davis. And, of course, the Clippers that year got mauled by Denver prior to the Lakers knocking them out. So from that standpoint, I never trust the Clips. I'll take, historically, I think the Lakers are still a much better scenario here. And, again, Harden is poison. You want to sit there and you want to latch on to Harden? That hasn't worked for a long time. I wouldn't do it if I was there. Now they are going to do it.
Right now,
we'll see what the end result is.
Christopher, right now you're taking the Lakers.
Well, I think yes. If you're asking me right now, what organization do I trust more in 2023-24? I'm going to trust the Lakers. If you're asking me if I matched up the rosters 1 through 12 on each side, who's got a better roster, as Stevie just said, I'll go Clippers. But from an organizational standpoint, I trust the Lakers much more.
Stephen A., what's your expectation for James Harden in L.A.?
Right now, I'm really up in the air, as I explained yesterday, Molly, because it's not about his talent. He led the league in assists last year. He's an all-star caliber player. Here's where the problem gets so tricky. You got to lean on Ty Lue because of his exceptionalism as a head coach. But the flip side is that Russell Westbrook is one of the welcomed addition to that squad. He has helped them immensely. Now you've got Harden, his former teammate in Houston, coming back into the mix, and Harden needs the ball. He ain't moving without the ball. He's going to need the ball, and Russell Westbrook is not a shooter. So he's not running around looking for the ball. They're both used to having the ball in their hands. Somebody's playing time is going to be compromised. Somebody's ego is going to be affected. And you got to take that into consideration before anything else. I simply don't know what's going to happen because we don't know how James Harden is going to be used and utilized by Ty Lue. That is the issue.
Right. Finally, we found a home last year for Westbrook. He played really well. I mean, everybody on him forever. He had a good postseason.
Yeah.
And he helped them play well even when Leonard and George got hurt. And now you're going to bring Harden into the mix. Everybody's standing around watching him pound the ball on the floor. Oh, gosh. Listen, I know I'm in the minority, and I'll probably be proved wrong. I wouldn't have made the trade.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it moving here, guys. Luka Doncic, he's been off to a hot start this season. You see him averaging 39 points per game in his first 3. Meanwhile, Steph Curry still doing his thing, averaging 33.5 points in his first 4. Mad Dog, who's off to a more impressive start to you? Is it Steph or Luka?
I'm going to say Curry only because with him, it takes him maybe a little longer to get involved in the season. You don't know where his body is. He's older. Doncic didn't make the playoffs last year. Something to prove. Get off to a good start. They had a terrible scenario at the end where they tanked to get, to make sure they got the draft picks protected properly. And I think as a result, I'm not that surprised that Doncic came out and the Dallas team guns a-blazing. The scenario with Curry is they seem to break themselves into a season a little differently. It's not so much about wins and losses, and he played well against the Kings. He had a great performance. You guys told me he was wonderful against the Rockets. I'm wrapped up here at the World Series. I didn't notice that. So from that standpoint, I'm a little surprised how well Curry has played. So I'll say him over Doncic.
I'd agree with you on that because Curry in a 3-game winning streak for the Golden State Warriors, all 3 of the games were on the road, and 2 of those victories were against Sacramento and New Orleans. 2 teams that's expected to contend within the Western Conference. In the case of Luka Doncic, you've got a 3-game winning streak. Props to you. You're undefeated, but y'all still can't stop a coach. You gave up 119 and 120 points in the first 2 games, and your victories were against San Antonio, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Memphis Grizzlies squad without Ja Morant. So I think that's a difference, and that's something that we have to bring into the equation as well. But again, with Steph Curry starting off fast, we're pretty much picking up where he left off with Golden State being the threat that they are, with him putting on the show that he's put forth. I definitely think that he deserves it. Again, the Dallas Mavericks, it's an early start. They got to show me something defensively before I believe in them at all. It doesn't take away from the greatness of Luka Doncic, but they got to show me something.
Yeah.
And beating stiffer competition will go a long way
100%.
towards doing that.
All right,
100%.
Christopher Mad Dog Russo,
Yep.
you have fun today. All right, be safe in that
I
arena.
will. Looking forward to it.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
You do your thing. We miss you, and we'll see you next Wednesday. And Stephen A. will be here too next
I do.
Wednesday.
You look
So
great
I'll
today,
both
Molly,
of
and Stephen A. We love you. You had a little
appreciate it.
life
Thank
today,
you.
Steve. You had a little life.
Yeah, you
4:30.
did, Steve.
Little life.
You were a ray of sunshine. Thanks for watching. Be sure to watch First Take Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. on ESPN. Be sure to check out exclusive First Take debates right here on YouTube. Goodbye, everybody.